reversal of form that we'd already got onto. There is in IBM, for example, a phrase that information overload produces pattern recognition. Now, this is the kind of reversal I mean. When you give people too much information, they instantly resort to pattern recognition in other words, to structuring the experience.
New awarenesses of our time. Pattern recognition. One of the peculiar new awarenesses of our time.
I can't actually see whether, yeah, there it is. It starts with this chart. You all know this chart. This is the chart of how fast is the amount of information in the world growing, right? And no matter who does the chart, it always looks like this. It's always up and to the right, and the rate of increase is always increasing. We love this chart. Right? This chart makes us feel better. This is why I'm not getting anything done. I'm suffering from information overload. The idea of pattern recognition, one of the peculiar new awarenesses of our time, is the result of speed up. When things move very quickly, their pattern of form of them appears very plainly. Information overload. This is the chart of how fast is the amount of information in the world growing. And no matter who does the chart, it always looks like this. It's always up and to the right, and the rate of increase is always increasing. Information overload. Gutenberg, the inventor of movable type, injected for the first time into life outside university information abundance. Right? By the 1500s, the cost of producing a book had gotten so cheap, and the volume of book being produced had gotten so large that an average literate citizen could have access to more books than they could read in a life. So ye old information overload is actually a problem of fairly ancient problems. But the other problem that Gutenberg introduced into intellectual life was a problem of risk. Right? If you owned a printing press, you could make money if people bought your books, but you could lose money if people don't buy your books. And since you had to print the books in advance, right, you were taking on all the risk of whether or not those books would sell. This is the problem of publishing. And so the economic solution was pretty simple. Make the publisher responsible for filtering for quality. Now, there's no obvious reason that someone who's good at running a printing press also ought to be good at figuring out what books to print. But the economic logic of print in advance and sell at high upfront cost and then recoup when you reach the people. That economic logic meant that the word publisher has come to mean two things, right? People who decide what to publish and people who do the publishing. Been a lot of media revolutions between Gutenberg and now. By the middle of the 20th century, we had recorded music and movies, we had radio and television. But the curious thing is, all of those other media types have the same economics, right? Whether it's a printing press or a TV tower, it cost me a lot of money to get started. And so I had to filter for quality.
Pattern recognition.
Here's what the internet is. It introduced for the first time post-Gutenberg economics. The cost of producing anything by anyone has fallen through the floor, famously. And as a result, right, there's no economic logic that says you have to filter for quality before you publish. Proof of this hypothesis I leave to you. I recommend starting with LiveJournal, but you can pretty much start anywhere, right, and discover that the filter for quality is now way downstream of the site of production. So what we're dealing with now isn't information overload, because we're always dealing with information overload. Tim talked about the singularity earlier, but when you're on a chart like this, it's always the singularity. No matter where you are, the past always looks like a walk in the park, and the future always looks like a cliff face. Thinking about information overload isn't actually describing the problem, and thinking about filter failure is. This is the chart of how fast is the amount of information in the world growing. Right? And no matter who does the chart, it always looks like this. It's always up and to the right, and the rate of increase is always increasing. Filter for quality. Information overload. Filter for quality. Information overload. Filter for quality.
This has something to do with a lot of the confusions of our world. The idea of pattern recognition, one of the peculiar new awarenesses of our time, is the result of speed up. When things move very quickly, their pattern of form of them appears very plainly.
And so if that's the normal case, right, then thinking about information overload isn't actually describing the problem, and thinking about filter failure is.